Helping a young soldier bake an Oreo fudge cake. When I was in the military, I briefly had to live with a young, awkward, 18-year-old guy from northern Michigan. He was straight out of training, wide-eyed and eager, and very intent on doing something to impress his new boss, the captain, so he decided to try making an Oreo fudge cake for his squadron picnic. I was in my room when I heard him stumble into the apartment with a million grocery bags, and then about 20 minutes later I heard him grumbling and saying what the heck over and over again, so I decided to go check on him. He held up a full vanilla pod and said, "Do I chop this up, or do I have put it in the blender or something?" I calmly explained to him that real vanilla would be wasted in an Oreo fudge cake, and that the recipe probably meant vanilla extract. I let him use some of mine. A little while later I smelled smoke and heard yelping. I rushed out to find him anxiously trying to hide a black-crusted saucepan in the sink. He had been trying to melt chocolate and burned it. I patiently showed him how to make a double boiler by putting the chocolate in a bowl over the saucepan. He looked on in mouth-breathing awe. Can I ask you a question?" he said timidly. "The captain is lactose intolerant, and it says online that you can use a cup of coconut milk instead of a cup of milk. Is that true?" We spent a few minutes doing some internet research, and we found out that you definitely can use coconut milk as a substitute, so I gave him a confident thumbs up and went back to my room. The next morning he knocked on my door and proudly showed me his cake. It was definitely a little messy and lopsided, but for a first-timer it actually looked pretty good. I wished him luck as he skipped out the front door with his cake. A little while later I went out to the kitchen, opened the cabinet, and found a bottle of coconut body lotion, with about a cup's worth scooped out of it. I didn't have the heart to tell my young roommate that he had fed lotion cake to his entire squadron.